A fret is a raised element on the neck of a stringed instrument. Frets usually extend across the full width of the neck. On most modern Western fretted instruments, frets are metal strips inserted into the fingerboard. On some historical instruments and non-European instruments, frets are made of pieces of string tied around the neck. Frets divide the neck into fixed segments at intervals related to a musical framework. On instruments such as guitars, each fret represents one semitone in the standard Western system, in which one octave is divided into 12 semitones. Fret is often used as a verb, meaning simply to press down the string behind a fret. Fretting often refers to the frets and/or the system of placement. Variations. Fan frets. Most frets are perpendicular to the instrument's neck centerline and parallel to each other. On a fanned fretboard, the frets are spread out like a fan, with only one center fret perpendicular to the neck's centerline and the rest angled. This gives the lower-pitched strings more length and the higher strings shorter length. The idea is to give more accurate tuning and deeper bass. Some think that fanned frets might be more ergonomic. Fanned frets first appeared on the 16th century orpharion, a variant of the chiton, tuned like a lute. John Starrett revived the idea in the late 70s on his innovative instrument, the Starboard. Rickenbacker employed a slanted fret, but it was not multi-scale or fanned. Novak's guitars, among others, offer such guitars today. The appearance of angled frets on these modern instruments belies the antiquity of this technique. Scalloped fretboard. Scalloping involves the wood between some or all of the frets being scooped out. This allows a lighter touch for a more precise playing while executing bends or vibratos. It has some popularity with musicians playing heavy metal music, although the concept can also be seen in ancient instruments such as the sitar. Fat frets. On older guitars, frets were typically made out of thin wire, and some electric guitar players replaced that with thicker wire. 4. Fat frets or jumbo frets. Fat frets do make bending easier, and they change the feel of the guitar. Smoother, more buttery. A side effect of a thicker fret is a less precise note, since the string is held over a wider surface, causing a slight blurring of the tone. Semi-fretted instruments. It is also possible to find semi-fretted instruments. Examples include the Malagasy kabozi and the Afghan rubab. Semi-fretted versions of guitars and other fretted string instruments, however, are usually one-off, custom adaptations made for players who want to combine elements of both types of sound. One arrangement is for the frets to extend only part of the way along the neck so that the higher notes can be played with a smooth expression, possible with a fretless fingerboard. Another approach is the use of frets that extend only part-way across the fretboard so that some courses of strings are fretted and others fretless. For example, Rysad latex is latter. Fret intonation. Instruments with straight frets like guitars require a special compensation on the saddle and nut. Every time a string is fretted, it is also stretched, and as it stretches, the string rises in pitch, making all fretted tones sound sharp. When the saddle is positioned properly, however, the fretted tones all sound sharp to the same degree as long as the distances between the frets are correct. With the right nut compensation, the pitch of the unfretted string can be raised by the same amount. As a result, when the tension of the strings is lowered, the pitches of all notes, both fretted and unfretted, becomes correct. Fret wear. On instruments equipped with steel strings, such as folk guitars and electric guitars, frets are eventually bound to wear down as the strings cut grooves into them. When this happens, the instrument may need refretting or, in less severe cases, fret dressing. Often, a few fret dressings can be performed on a guitar before it requires complete refretting. Tide guard frets, used on instruments such as the lute or viol, wear quickly and must be replaced regularly. Fret buzz. Fret buzz is one of the many undesirable phenomena that can occur on a guitar or similar stringed instrument. Fret buzz occurs when the vibrating part of one or more strings physically strikes the frets that are higher than the fretted note. This causes a buzzing sound on the guitar that can range from a small annoyance to severe enough to dampen the note and greatly reduce sustain. Sometimes, fret buzz can be so minimal that there is only a small change in the tone of the note without any noticeable buzzing. Fret buzz can be caused by different things: low action, improperly installed frets, strings too loose, improper relief of guitar neck. Fret buzz is evident in some famous recordings. An example is Friends by Led Zeppelin. In some songs, such as My Last Serenade by Killswitch Engage, the guitars are tuned to drop C in the low tension of the strings are used to create fret buzz by the bass player in order to create a dirty sound.